Shine Divine friends, welcome to today's video where my purpose is to bring you encouraging and inspiring messages from the divine. I'm so grateful that you're here. To be honest, I have been having a really difficult couple of days, and so today's message is also for me. I tend to feel like I get something out of every message as well. But today, I just really need a little bit of personal encouragement myself. So, I just want to say to any of you that might be feeling very intensely one way or the other, however you might be feeling, whatever might be going on, today's video is for you. I decided I wanted to use some magical decks, so I will be using the Mermaids deck that I have. It's called Oracle of the Mermaids, as well as the Magical Unicorns, because I just feel like I need a little bit of brightness, airiness, some magic. So let's jump in, let's get started, and see what messages there are for those of us that are maybe dealing with some very stressful times or something specific happening, whatever you may be experiencing, whatever may be going on for you. I hope you know that you're not alone, and there is always something to look forward to. Okay. We're going to start with these two. So this is really interesting because on one hand we have the return of Aphrodite, which says temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. And if you know Aphrodite, she is all about beauty and love and sensuality, and she is very much like the epitome of feminine goddess energy. So we've got that on one side, one extreme of this feminine energy, right? But then this card to come out is Honor the Masculine, respecting men, embracing the masculine divine. And so this card is very much about honoring like the sacredness of the masculine energy. Because there is, in every one of us, there is both masculine and feminine, and finding a way to balance those energies is usually where alignment will take place, is when you're able to merge the two energies and honor them both and tap into both. So I'm really interested to see where Spirit takes us with this message today, because it is two extremes of the divine feminine goddess and then the divine masculine energy. So I'm interested. I'm actually going to pull from the tarot, the fairy tarot next. Spirit, what message do you have for us in relation to honoring both our masculine and our feminine energies? And how can honoring these energies help us improve our lives and provide us with guidance? Okay. Lots of fun. Okay. So we've got Six of Summer, children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. I feel like this message for some of you, especially if you are in a relationship at the moment with a masculine and a feminine. If there's two of you and one of you is masculine, one of you is very feminine, I feel like there's a special message here about the like coming together to create children. Whether, I don't know, trying to be cautious of like what YouTube will allow you to say, but I feel like there's a specific message here for at least one of you in regards to this. So you've got a masculine energy, a feminine energy, you're in a relationship together. For some of you, if it is about like actually making children with this card in place, just know like that energy is active in your sphere, okay? So be careful about that. If it's something that you are wanting, then great, that it's on your side, it's in place. Keep doing what you're doing to create that. But if children aren't really where you want to be right now, just make sure you're taking the steps you need to prevent that. Again, that is if you have these more typical female and male energy relationship. You know what I'm saying? For those of you outside of where that doesn't resonate, where that wouldn't be the case, the Six of Summer, I feel like, is part of that inner child work that is often talked about. And some of that goes back to thinking back to when you were a child, before you had all of these projections put onto you from society or the people in your life. And when you were like what you were more naturally drawn to. And for some people, you weren't necessarily drawn to only feminine things or only masculine things. You were drawn to a mixture of both. Mainly because masculine and feminine can be so subjective and it can change over time. And so I think that for some of you, it's just a reminder that it's okay one way or the other to be. You don't have to pick and choose. You can be anything that you want to be. I'm filming this in June. Happy Pride Month. You don't have to fit yourself into a tiny box one way or the other. You're allowed to be somewhere in the middle, or all the way over here or all the way over here. There is no correct way to express either your feminine energy or your masculine energy. And in fact, being in both energies can bring you into an alignment. So, a couple of different things going on there. Let's see what these cards have to say. Awakening. Change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness and a temporary pause in action. Okay, so embrace your uniqueness, like what we were just talking about. Like, you're allowed to be wherever you are and whoever you are. And in that, you will find this awakening of energy. I also want to say, too, with this inner child work, along with this, change the way that you're looking at the situation. Sometimes when something very serious happens in your life, a big event that is viewed as negative, right? Because in the moment, it feels like the worst thing ever. When some time has passed, it can be very beneficial to look back on that moment and view it from a different perspective. Try and find ways in which it was actually necessary or helpful or beneficial in some way. And I've mentioned this in previous videos. I'm going to mention again today. One thing that's has been very helpful for me in the past is when I am sitting for meditation and a memory of something in my past comes up, for whatever reason. It doesn't even have to be a negative event that's happened, but often it is, a negative event from the past that comes up and is now in my mind, right? I take a moment to go back into that memory as my current self and speak to that past self version of me, that inner child version of me, and provide them with the support and encouragement that I felt like I needed in that moment to help them process that better and get through that. And it can work as like these checkpoints throughout your life. And I like to do it that way because it just helps me process events in my life. And I also like to think of the fact that my higher self, my future self, is doing that with current me as well and helping me through this current moment especially if I'm going through a difficult time like I am right now. You know, some things have happened recently and it's been really difficult. And so I like to imagine that when I am going through something difficult, my higher self is going to, you know, step in and provide me guidance to help process whatever it is. So that's just another thing that I always like to throw in there because it is something that genuinely helps me. Let's see what the next card is. Life experience. Let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event. A situation that leads to significant opportunities. So this is furthering both of the different messages I feel like there are going on in this. One, it's for the message for those that resonate with you're free to be whoever you are. Either side of the spectrum or somewhere in between. You don't have to fit into a specific box. You're allowed to let go of those belief systems of what has been placed upon you. You can let that go. It's not needed. And in fact, it's just holding you back. The other message being that these big life events that happen or experiences, these negative things that happen in the moment that will require a shift in perspective. This is adding to that. And it's confirming that this, whatever the negative thing has happened, is happening to help move you and grow you. And it's hard in the moment. You know, Spirit's not denying that. It's hard in the moment, but when you go through hard things, it does help you grow. And unfortunately, here on Earth, we do a lot of growing. All right, next we have Ace of Winter. Don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately amazing new ideas that should be implemented. So again, they're acknowledging that, you know, you have been going through a challenging time or maybe something specific has occurred, but it is not, this isn't where it ends, you know. Life will continue on. You will continue on. You will get through this. Don't be deterred by the challenge that has come up. But it's okay to take a little time for yourself because the next card out is the Hermit. Find or be a mentor. Take a break. A commitment to your spiritual growth. So while this is important for you to go through, to grow through, part of that growth, part of that healing will require some time to rest and recuperate. You don't have to just keep going at full speed. It's okay to take a little time. And I also think that the find or be a mentor is important. If you need help outside of your own little bubble, it's okay to get that. It's encouraged to get that. So don't be afraid to seek help when and where you need it. All right, let's pull now from the lovely Magical Unicorns deck. These images are just so sweet. The messages are just so sweet. Relax. Relax. Everything's okay. Whatever has occurred, whatever is going on, relax. It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. And remember that anything going on in the physical body, as intense as it may be, it's a reflection of what's going on the inside, right? How we're thinking, how we're feeling. And if we can work on relaxing the body as much as possible, you know, doing somatic exercises, doing breathing exercises, anything like that is going to help to relax the body, ease the body. Doing any type of energy work is also lovely. Hello and goodbye. You'll soon see that this change will make things better. Whatever's happened, whatever's occurred, it needed to happen. For better or worse, however you're feeling about it, it needed to happen. But it is something that, again, will grow you. It's not a forever thing. It will come and go. But you know what? At another point in your life, another thing will happen. But each time it does, there is a learning experience with it. It will be a way to strengthen you and grow you. But going back to this relax, it is important to take care of your physical body and rest when you can. Okay. Healer. You have the power to help and heal others. This moment in time, again, it's growing you. You will be able to use this experience in the future to help heal yourself and help others. I also feel like there's a message there for some of you that, like, you have the immediate innate ability to heal your body how you need it to be. And with happy thoughts, to feel happier right now, think about a memory or something else that makes you smile. Now, this doesn't mean to just completely ignore your true feelings, right? But it is an encouragement to identify the good that there is in your life in some way, whether it's the teeny tiniest little thing, because those happy thoughts really are powerful, and they do have power in them to spark new energy and positive energy, and it kind of like it catches on like a wildfire within you, you know, choosing to find something happy within you and be thankful. With more of that gratitude, think about the people and things you feel grateful for. I know that when you are, especially if you're someone who's dealing with something significant like depression or something very traumatic, grief, whatever it may be, I don't want you to feel invalidated. I know sometimes the message, just be happy, is like so not helpful. And I really don't think that the divine source, God, whoever, I don't think that they want you to like try and push those real genuine emotions down. But there genuinely is something to finding something somewhere that you can be grateful for and reminding yourself of that, and watch the way that that grows into something bigger. But again, I don't want to invalidate the way that you're feeling if you are really feeling heavy with something. And I don't think Spirit wants you to feel shame in that at all whatsoever, because life is a spectrum. I think that that's taking us back to this, you know, life is a spectrum. We've got the divine feminine energy, we've got the divine masculine energy, and it's acknowledging the light and dark within us. You know what, I want to pull, 1 second. I want to pull from this archetype deck. I was not anticipating, so I don't have this opened already or shuffled, so I'm going to do that really quickly. But these cards have a light and dark attribute on them, so I feel called to pull from them really quick for our ending message. Spirit, is there a final message in this deck? You drew my attention to it. I mean, the archetypes are usually used differently than just this, but go with the flow. Trust that Spirit has a message in this. Let's see. Spirit, what message do you have for us in regards to what we've been talking about with the spectrum of life experience? This one? I guess. We'll see. Alright. Rescuer. Provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts of love with no expectation or reward. Shadow attributes. Assumes that the rescued will reciprocate. Keeps the rescued one needy. I feel like this rescuer card is for those that really feel hopeless and helpless and feel like they need a rescuer. And you are the rescuer of your own life. And then some of you, no, This next one is the hedonist, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in the world. That's actually Aphrodite. The shadow attributes, pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. So going back to that spectrum message that we were getting with, you know, the one end of the divine feminine, the one end of the divine masculine, I think that there's a happy medium between the hedonist and the rescuer, and there's a light and dark attribute to both sides of the spectrum. You know, each side of the spectrum has their lights and has their darks, and it's really important to explore that. It's interesting that Spirit brought us to that. I kind of want to pull one more from our lovely magical unicorns. Two more. You'll know in the morning. When you wake up, you'll have a better idea about what to do. Until then, relax. Again, it's gonna be okay. Get some rest. In the meantime, imagine, what would you see, feel, think, and hear if your wish came true? It's okay to live in your imagination for a little while you rest, while you take time to recuperate. Don't lose faith. There is a time of awakening happening, especially as you explore the both ends of, you know, your masculine energy, your feminine energy, finding comfort and bringing those together into alignment. Don't be afraid to ask for help. But this isn't the end. Like, just because there's been a challenging moment, it's not the end. There's something better through this experience. There is something better. There is growth and there is healing energy. It's gonna be okay. Relax. Everything's okay. It's all gonna be fine. But Spirit does want to validate that what you're going through right now is hard. But it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be okay. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Thank you, Spirit, for this message. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of you that have watched this video. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you. And I hope that you were encouraged in some way with this message. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for being here. Be safe, be well. I hope you find ways to enjoy your life. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Shine divine.